It's hot on the front line right now. Koreans might appear again in the frontline frying pan. Ours will destroy them all. A breakthrough by the armed forces of Ukraine on two critically important sections of the front at once. The enemy column is completely destroyed. The Russian commander responsible for the assault has been eliminated. This is a victory. Patriots are arriving in Ukraine. 3 systems from Germany at once. And this is just the beginning. A more detailed account of the operational situation straight from the heart of the Russian-Ukrainian war, along with shocking forecasts about how events may unfold in the coming days, will be presented in the following report.
Cannon fodder in exchange for technology. North Korea may send additional troops to Russia to participate in the war against Ukraine as early as August. In return, Moscow promises Pyongyang technology for launching satellites and guiding missiles.
Currently, the main idea behind the North Korean regime supplying personnel to Moscow is for the North Korean regime to gain experience in waging this new type of technological warfare.
South Korean intelligence believes that Russia is planning a major offensive operation against Ukraine in August, and the possible involvement of North Korean units is directly related to these plans. Moreover, Pyongyang has already begun a new mobilization of troops to be sent to Russia. In addition, North Korea is supplying Russia with artillery shells and missiles, and in return receives technical assistance, military experts assert. However, even without North Korean reinforcements, the occupiers are trying to advance on the front. Russian troops continue to press forward and over the past day have advanced in 2 regions, Kharkiv and Donetsk. Particularly heavy fighting is currently taking place near Vovchansky Khutor in the Kharkiv region, as well as Yablunivka and Dorykov in Donetsk. At the same time, a report from the Institute for the Study of War states that the Ukrainian armed forces have recently advanced in the Sumy and Kharkiv regions. In particular, sources linked to Ukrainian intelligence reported that Ukrainian defenders have retaken Kondrativka, located north of the city of Sumy. Meanwhile, Russian military bloggers claim that the Ukrainian armed forces have counterattacked near Varakino, Sadkiv and Yunakivka.
Ukrainian troops have recently advanced in the north of Sumy region and near Veliki Burluk and Laima. Russian forces have recently advanced near Siversk, Toretsk, Novopavlivka and Velika Novosilka.
However, such minor advances are coming at a very high cost to the occupiers. For example, for the first time in a long while on the Pokrovsk direction, the Russians have deployed armored vehicles into battle. But here's the problem: the column was destroyed by precise artillery and drone fire. First, the vehicles at the head of the column were hit by artillery, and then UAV operators took over. Despite the fact that the Russian armored vehicles were equipped with anti-drone protection through drops and attacks using FPV drones, the enemy equipment was destroyed and the advance was stopped. It is also reported that during the repulsion of the occupiers' attacks, the Ukrainian armed forces managed to eliminate the commander of the 83rd Motorized Rifle Regiment of the 69th Motorized Rifle Division of the Russian Army, Colonel Lebedev, who was leading the assault on the Kharkiv region. The occupier was specifically responsible for that new direction in the area of the village of Milov, where the Russians launched their offensive a few weeks ago. As a result, another assault attempt ended for the enemy with the loss of their commander.
You know, if we talk about every Russian swan, there's a swan lake for each of them. That I can definitely guarantee on behalf of the defense forces. The regiment commander, the assault troops, of course, we can see that this definitely doesn't make things any easier for the Russians.
Things aren't going well for the invaders in the skies either. In the past day, our soldiers managed to bring down at least 17 Russian reconnaissance drones. The occupiers also lost quite a bit of their heavy equipment over the past day. Not a day goes by without strikes inside Russia itself due to our drone attacks. Their railway operations have been disrupted, trains are delayed and airports are not functioning. This time the strike hit the Volgograd region. It is along this route that Russia transports military cargo to the front. Local Telegram channels are also publishing footage of a fire at a local oil depot. Their impacts have also been recorded. However, the information has not been officially confirmed in Russia. In addition to the Volgograd region, explosions were also heard in 12 other regions and in annexed Crimea. The Kremlin claimed to have allegedly shot down 99 drones. Due to the attack, more than 70 flights were cancelled or delayed at Pulkovo airport. And now, a major announcement from Vilnius. Lithuania will help Ukraine purchase an additional Patriot system. The country's defense minister announced the intention to join the procurement of American air defense systems for Kyiv. Lithuania plans to allocate up to 30 million euros to achieve this goal. Let us recall that recently US President Donald Trump announced the transfer of Patriot air defense systems to Ukraine with the support of NATO countries, assuring that Kyiv would receive 17 such systems. And the first ones were provided to us by Germany. The Bundestag has sent 3 Patriot air defense systems to Ukraine and is negotiating the delivery of a 4th. In total, Berlin is ready to provide us with as many as 5 systems. There is also discussion about the possibility of Germany supplying Ukraine with long-range missiles.
A new threat from Russia, hybrid drone combining the Shahed and Lancet. The mysterious Italmas has been spotted in the skies over Ukraine. The enemy is launching this deadly piece of metal not at infrastructure, but directly targeting people. The Ukrainian armed forces have already found a powerful countermeasure against this drone. How and with what can this new enemy development be shot down, and will it catch on in the Russian military-industrial complex? We'll tell you all about it in just a moment.
Every voice matters. Join our community, support independent journalism and help us bring you the truth from Ukraine. Become a member of Ukraine today. Join us now.
A new weapon of terror against civilians. Russia is testing its new drone on Ukrainian frontline cities.
Italmas vertical bar, a little flower from the buttercup family, continues the theme of the Giran drones with internal combustion engines. But this is a completely domestic development, even though it vaguely resembles the Iranian Shaheds.
The Italmas drone, named after its assembly in the closed Italmas shopping center in Izhevsk, first appeared back in 2023. However, at that time, the UAV showed rather low effectiveness. Now the drone has been improved and is being tested again on peaceful Ukrainian civilians.
There is nothing mysterious or secret about it. The people there have professional education regarding, engines, regarding this aerodynamic design. If you set the task correctly, the design will be developed correctly.
Essentially, the Italmas is a simplified version of the Iranian Shahed. It is smaller, doesn't fly as far, and carries less explosives.
It has a deeper range, meaning it can go over 200 kilometers and has an increased warhead.
So, is this also a kamikaze drone?
Yes, it's also a kamikaze.
We're talking about a flight range of up to 200 kilometers, a speed of about 150 kilometers per hour, and a warhead weight of up to 25 kilograms. But its main advantage, experts say, is its simplicity and low cost.
If you add all this up, the engines are $1,000. The frame, well, at most, including labor, $100, and the radio electronic equipment, that's also something, well, somewhere, no more than $200 to $300. So the total cost of such a drone is at most $1,500. The manufacturing quality is poor.
But it's more than enough to cause problems for our air defense forces. The occupiers launched the Italmas in the same attack as Shaheds, Gerans and others. This way, they become an additional burden on our radars and our mobile fire teams. If they let a drone through, the cost of destroying it is many times higher than the value of the target.
You don't know what it's carrying or what it's doing there, but you do understand well that it needs to be shot down, and when you shoot it down, you don't count the money or think about how much it costs, right? So if all the machine guns miss, then you have to shoot it down with a missile after.
It's worth noting that according to the stated specifications, the upgraded Italmas drones are equipped with artificial intelligence systems. However, it is not specified exactly which ones.
Artificial intelligence can be of different levels and for different purposes and uses. Well, the simplest one is machine vision. This is one of the elements that can deal with the task of image recognition. The first task is machine vision, and the second task is when the system can detect targets, can identify them, can assign a ranking what to strike first, what to strike second.
But even that is not the limit, analysts say. Thanks to Chinese components, albeit in small quantities, the Russians managed to integrate even the most modern systems into some UAVs.
When the system can do all this, when it all works and these drones can communicate with each other, and there are various communication algorithms involved. There can be a designated leader, meaning one drone says, do as I do, and all the others perform the same maneuvers as it does.
And it's not hard to guess where that maneuver will be directed. A store, a residential building, a bus stop. Experts claim that the ITALMAS is not suitable for military targets. Firstly, it has a relatively small warhead for striking fortified targets, and secondly, its low speed doesn't allow it to hunt mobile targets. At the same time, analysts say that the recent decision by the Ukrainian armed forces against Russian drones in general is also perfectly suited for the ITALMAS. The interceptor drones, which are already successfully shooting down Shaheeds, are far superior to this UAV and can undoubtedly destroy it just as effectively.
That's all from me. This was me, Darina Hutsakalo. Even more scorching news from the front in our next episode. And in the meantime, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. See you soon!